What does a man do? It's not an easy question. It's a very big challenge. But the wonderful thing is those of you who've chosen to be men and to be family men, especially at this time, have come in with this opportunity for intense spiritual growth condensed by using your family dynamic as your growth mechanism. You don't have to go off to class. You don't have to go to the ashram. You do not have to read a bunch of books. You just have to decide that the family dynamic and becoming conscious in the family dynamic is your spiritual journey. Okay? Which makes sense because you're all about that unit is your job. Okay. You are not only a man if a certain amount of money is coming in through your labors. You are also a man through your ability to emanate high vibrational conscious choices to your family. And that's how you get over being emasculated. Because you stop only basing yourself as a man on the numbers, the dollars, the bank account. That's a huge transformation. That's why we said it can happen. It's big and it's fast. Because when you stop saying, I'm a man based on dollars, and you start saying, I'm a man based on the authentic me being expressed to my kids and my wife, that shift takes a lot of faith in yourself. It takes more faith in yourself to make that shift than it ever did to go to school, become a doctor, or. And it's not motivated by you knowing that's going to work out necessarily. There's no certainty involved here. There's only the sick and tired of being sick and tired, or sick to death of feeling emasculated because you can't make enough money. The reason the money is limited is similar to what Randy's going through. It's limited in order to concentrate the opportunity for transformation. Okay? So start to see the limited money as a gift. Challenge. You're up for it. The limited money is a gift. The opportunity to explore what it brings up is a gift. This is all a gift. This isn't, oh God, what are we going to do? It's, oh God, what do we get to do here? How do we get to be in this moment? So it's you accepting what is. It'd be nice if we had more money coming in. But I am going to disentangle my belief in myself from the amount of money that's coming in. Because in a sense, you're using the limited money to justify not growing. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. What we're saying is use the limited money as like the sandpaper that shapes the piece of wood. And you say, okay, we have limited money. Today, the reality is we have limited money. And I'm going to use this as a growth opportunity rather than as an opportunity to continue to judge myself as not being enough, or not being a good enough man, or a good enough father, or a good enough husband. So when you look at the reality and you say, well, there's bills to pay, Eloheim, and we don't got enough money to pay him, in that moment, how is that making you feel? How are you choosing to react? You're choosing to react as all these words we've been using, right? Instead, we invite you to say, all right, this is tough. This isn't my preference. I'm ready for this to change. But I know that my external circumstances change based on my internal journey. And I need to look at where I'm deciding that this fact is making me not enough for my family. Because you have more to give than dollars. But when the dollars become the currency for your value, you stop giving what the other things you have to offer. You stop giving the authentic time. You stop giving yourself in high vibration. You stop giving your ability to be conscious. So an opportunity for both of you is to say, okay, here's a bill, here's the bank. We don't have enough. How does that make you feel? And be honest with each other. But don't make it about, no, I should say this. This is really important. Here's the bill, here's the bank. There's a deficit. Here's you, here's you. There's a truth that there's a deficit. It could be anything, but that just happened to be what you're using now. There's a deficit there. How does that make you feel? It makes me feel like I'm not enough. Okay. I'm going to own, meaning you, I'm going to own that in this moment, my habit is to feel like I'm not enough as a man or a father or a husband. I'm going to own that, and I'm going to see if there are ways that I can show up as a father right now, or as a husband right now, that change that perception within me. That's one tool. And you can also say, this feeling of not enough or I'm not good enough, where does that come from in my life? Is there unhealed childhood stuff? Is it a message from my father? Whose voice am I hearing when I say I'm not enough? It's like Richard was saying about, I should have a clean house. Well, you should be providing. Now you could say, logically it's good if my kids eat. Okay, of course your kids need to eat, but there's still a voice there. And that voice has to be attended to. That voice that says, if you don't do this, then you're da 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 da. And when you attend to that voice, it clears some space where some insight can fill that space. Okay? So then you look at the deficit and you say, how does this make me feel? We know how that makes you feel, because it makes you feel like I should be doing more. We know where that got you. Yeah. So it's not about I should do more. It's about what is true about this situation for me. You see, the response is, I'll just be busier. Busier will somehow make it go away, because we'll have money. And then you have enough for that day, and then the next day, because the money's offering you this opportunity, it's the sandpaper you've chosen, literally the sandpaper you've chosen to give you the opportunity to smooth your edges, it'll come again. So what does it make you feel? What does it make you feel? And the two of you talk about it. You don't put it on and show up with all your wounds and show up with all your voices from the past and show up with your, if I was just busier, or if I was just more charming, or if I just worked harder. You show up with this as the third party in the conversation. Just like if you were thinking about buying a new refrigerator. You don't get all wrapped up in what it would feel like to be a fridge. You say, this one's a good one, and it's got a warranty, and it looks like it's energy efficient, and I think it'll fit in the slot, so let's buy this one, right? But if it's about something you have triggers around, or it's about your specific sandpaper, all of a sudden you're both wearing this coat that says, I suck, I suck, I suck. And then the tendency is to mirror that back and forth, and it ping-pongs back and forth, where I suck, you suck, I suck, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because all you're doing is triggering each other back and forth instead of spending consciousness on that third party in the room. And it's not the unconscious third party, you own it. We need another $300 for this mortgage this month, okay? Let's set it over there and talk about how we feel about it. Because it wouldn't be in your life if it wasn't there for a reason. This didn't just happen to you. You didn't screw up and so therefore you can't pay your mortgage. It's an opportunity for growth. It's here for healing. It's showing you your truth. It's showing you who you are now. It's giving something to you. That's like we talk about your unhealed core emotion. When you start to see your core emotion triggers or any triggers as gifts, when you're grateful for them, when you say, oh, thank you for showing up because I know you're a handhold on the climb into a new life. It's an opportunity for you both to come together and say, you know, when this shows up, it makes me feel blah, 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 blah. And I hear my mom every time this happens. So it's like, this isn't about me. It's about a voice from the past that I haven't transformed. Or my dad, or society, or whatever it is.